So this guy right here, Tommy G, likes to go to different places around the country and just, I guess, like, I don't know, borderline street interview people. So this video for this week he has says, "In the hood with Ohio's sketchiest white boys." All right. Okay. Tommy G. Yeah, his genre of videos is rather interesting. I can't lie, chat. If I get any type of clout, I'm always gonna have my community's back. But y'all are never gonna see me sitting in this chair in the house. Like, I'm always gonna be gone. Let me get any type of money, like from content or whatever. Y'all are gonna be seeing me like all over the country, all over the world. I'm gonna be doing videos like this, like interviewing people and shit, food tours. Bro, it's never gonna be a dull moment.
For
Like,
real, I would love to see you like interview some people.
that should be so fire. Like, I want to interview all types of people on some like Joe Rogan shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's the type of person I look at and I'm like, I want to do that, because he can literally talk to anybody and like his audience will find some type of insight or appreciation for it. And I think that's really hard to do. Really hard. A lot of people have to do like one thing or the other. It's like stick to their thing, but like Joe Rogan can talk to everybody. He can talk to a scientist, a conspiracy theorist, a fucking like a marine. Like, I've seen him literally talk to everyone. So that's really the dream. That'd be so fucking cool, chat. Like this is my ideal like reality for myself. I'd be a travel content creator. Like, I still make content and stuff, but like most of what I do would be like traveling around the world and going to different countries and like talking to people in different countries and just seeing what it's like. Like, I guess that's like a travel influencer, I guess, but I really like that style of video. Like, that's really the most interesting stuff to me, like seeing what it's like in this part of the world. Like, what are the actual people they're like, not just what are the what's the stereotype of people from XYZ area. Like, what is it like to actually get to know people on a human level and connect with them? You know, like, I feel like that's what we're supposed to do as humans, but like a lot of us don't have as many opportunities to do that these days because everything is commodified. Don't get me started on fucking capitalism, but like everything is commodified. Like, having fun has been commodified. Like, if you want to go do something cool, sure, there's a couple things you can do for free, but almost everything you do costs money, and it just costs more and more and more. Like, how much does it cost to go to the fucking movies these days? Like $30, like damn near $20 a person, depending on where you go. Like, that's not. I feel like back in the day, you know, Wimby could let me know, but I feel like back in the day it wasn't that much. Maybe like $5 or something. Like,
What wasn't much?
the
Sorry, I was
movies,
spacing out.
the movies. Like, how much did it cost to go to movies back in the day?
Oh God, maybe like $7, $6.
That's reasonable.
That
That's
is reasonable. Now it's what?
It's like
15?
it's like 15, 20. With taxes, it's pretty much like 18 or $20.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And that's not even getting any of the stuff inside.
Like, think about that for a second. That going to see one movie, you could get a stream.
You say you can get a what?
For the price of going to see one movie, you could get a streaming service for an entire month.
Right? Isn't that
like
crazy?
Netflix or Hulu, and you can watch as many fucking movies as you want.
Like, you might even be able to like rent the movie or something. Like The Little Mermaid, we saw that on Disney Plus.
Whatchamacallit, Amazon Prime has a lot of movies for rental, and they're relatively cheap.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy. Like, I've been watching some videos about how there's no like quote unquote third spaces anymore in society, where like, you know, these are places that maybe it was like the little let's say like maybe an arcade, maybe like a little lounge. You know how back in the day there is little places teenagers, young people could go to like just lounge and meet and connect with other people, but there's not really anything like that anymore.
Right.
Because honestly, society is really not catered towards young people, pretty much because they're not workers. That's really
No way.
the real
Yeah, no
of
way.
it. Like, it's just, but it's bad because you know, people don't have opportunities to like actually interact with real people as much outside of like school or work or whatever. And it's just, I don't see how that could have any positive effects on society or people's social skills. Like, it has to be
No.
as
Yeah.
Completely two different owners, bro. What happened to you, man?
Oh, it was ray tracing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm
That could be
Tommy
part
G.
of my
We're on
problem.
the block in Cincinnati.
Hold on, I like that little edit they did. Hold on now, who's the editor? I like that little edit they did. They made the guy pointed a gun at the camera. That's kind of crazy, but like he pointed a gun at the camera and they made like the pistol like 3D or some shit and zoomed into the barrel to another shot. Like, that's the type of editing stuff that inspires me. Like, how do people do that? Chat, y'all can't tell me that's not sick. Look at that. The camera took us through the barrel of the gun. It looked like it did. Oh, he got a gun
I say
tattoo.
this is the highest percentage of sketchy whites I've seen in the area.
He's at the highest percentage of sketchy whites I've seen in the area.
To get his tat.
Tell the people what's up.
What's good? Bro, you can't be beating your dog like that. You don't beat your dog yet? No. This is probably the angriest
No,
I've gotten in my
animal
history
abuse,
of
sir. He said, "You don't beat your dog like that." No, we don't. No.
In 1788, Cincinnati was founded by 3 businessmen from Kentucky. At the time they bought it, Cincinnati
Why is
was
it
a
so
wild
quiet?
wilderness where men starved and struggled to survive. Against all odds, Cincinnati began to prosper and became a land of opportunity where people like Mark Twain and Thomas Edison came here as young men to seek their fortune. Think of it as the LA of the early 1800s. Also, it was a key stop in the Underground Railroad, and the city had a strong abolitionist
this
spirit.
game
Now, let's take you up to
pretty
speed
heavy
in
duty on the
2023.
computer.
Due
huh?
to its
I'm
proximity
trying to get
in
these
the
graphic
South,
settings dialed
Cincinnati
in.
trenches have a healthy mix of
Not
redneck
easy.
and gangster. For murders by
Let's
capita, it currently
go.
ranks 11th among U.S. cities. Today, we visit talented rapper T.E. and his crew to explore the roughest parts of Cincinnati. Let's begin.
I came up out the blue and now they hate me. Yeah, they tryna steal my juice and try to play me. Hey.
Where are we right now?
We're at East Price Hill right now, man.
My name, I'm spinning blocks,
Local
it's like a
rap
Rubik's
rapper.
Cube. You got 30 shots up in your Glock, I know my shooter do.
Yo, why does he
This is
sound
what's been fueling Our
familiar?
whole road trip.
Are these healthier than this?
Celsius?
Because this has a ton of sugar.
For you, Tommy G.
What is he? Energy drink?
I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
give me a Celsius, bro.
Yo,
Hey.
that
You've seen
Celsius
50 grams
branding,
before.
yo, they've been going crazy with the marketing. I've seen them everywhere.
It's pretty good. It's not bad shit. I like it.
So is it like
But yeah, they went nuts
Monster?
with the marketing.
Is it like Monster?
No, it's
type vibe?
so it's sugar free.
Oh.
All of it is sugar free.
See, I gotta
Monster
sit
is like a
with
big
Matt.
can of sugar.
Facts. Yeah, I was a Monster addict for a good little period of time.
Oh yeah, I'm still like an energy drink fucking addict.
They're just so like, I don't know, it's so. Wait, Joker lives in this neighborhood? Oh, so you live with the shiesty white boys? Okay. Yo, that guy had a gun tattooed on his hip. I haven't seen that before. That's just different, chat. He's committed.
All right.
Yeah.
That had 50
Cincinnati.
grams of
Sugar,
sugar.
right. That's insane, yeah.
If you're eating too much sugar in your diet, it's hard to feel good, it's hard to feel strong.
We're gonna taste test. I'll give you the berry one. I
Okay,
think the
this
berry
gotta
one's
be
little-
a sponsor. Oh, yeah, I
Like
just
a,
watched the ad.
all year
Oh.
long.
Gotta say bread and butter. We crossed the pole, bro.
Wait, was that superstitious or what's going on?
bro. You don't cross the pole.
You don't cross the pole, okay.
Spit on that motherfucker.
And why that of all things?
Because if not, it's bad luck.
Why are you in sport mode?
I haven't been to Cincinnati before. I got me ready.
You good, bro. You can take him out of sport mode.
Right here's where I jumped off the porch at. And when you say jumped off the
Oh,
porch,
bestie, that's your little phrase he be trying to use the wrong way. He said he jumped off the porch over there.
right here's where I jumped off the porch at.
And when you say
And,
jumped off the porch, what does that mean?
Getting out in the mix, out in the streets, fucking around. Right here is where I grew up at. Like, I had friends that live actually in their house, all up the whole street. I got my first
Man, I
gun
can't
when
get a
I
good
was
frame rate
12,
out of this
yeah.
game.
I actually
Saved my
stole my
life.
first gun.
What did your folks think?
Wait, is this the one off of Steam or the Game Pass?
Did you grow up in a
No, I got it off
household, or
Steam.
What was your childhood
'Cause I
like?
And it's
thought it
still
was gonna run
trash?
better.
Split growing up. My dad had a
Damn.
wife, and
Yeah,
my
it's still
mom
trash.
had her dude.
Maybe the game just sucks.
That was
No,
mostly
it's not.
my-
Well, it might be like, you know, the game isn't exactly optimized yet. But
That's ass.
dad at a younger age, and
All
then
right,
right
it's
before
time to
I did
dump
jump
all
off
the
the
graphic
porch,
settings
I
to try to
moved
get a
in
good
with my
frame
mom,
rate,
which
yeah.
probably influenced me to jump off the porch because I was in a different neighborhood.
Would it be that she was at work and you kind of had free run of the house?
Nah, I mean, I just kind of did what I want anyway. It's
Start
probably
out-
landed me in prison, really.
Tell me about that story.
It was just years of f***ing doing the same shit over and over, you know, robbing people, selling drugs, doing this, doing that, partying, getting f***ed up. The left top apartment, dude there, his bitch used to smoke crack, but he used to sell crack. And they
Oh,
used to put crack up
God.
there and shit. My mom was on heavy drugs too, so it was inside of my house, you know what I mean?
What was it like experiencing that?
Came normal. I didn't notice how like off it was like to be living in a situation like
well,
that.
that's
The
as
whole
low
United
as
States
the
is
graphics
fucked up on
are gonna
fentanyl,
get.
bro.
And you think it's the Chinese are running it through the country?
That's where all the fentanyl comes from, China, bro.
And then they send it through
It's
Mexico
synthetic dope.
to here?
Yeah. And around here, there's a lot of sober living houses. I don't know if y'all got that in y'all city. I bet you there's 2 of them where we're standing and we don't even know it right
And
now.
does that ruin a block or help a
I don't
block?
know, man. It's just weird how they put the people that are trying to get off of the drugs right where they sell them at. Also got us understand
Interesting. So this guy's talking about how there's a few like clean houses like for people who have been on drugs and stuff. And he's just saying it's interesting how they put the clean houses in the mix with where the drugs are still being sold at, like in a hot spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. That's insane.
Nice, right?
Such a great idea, trying to help people, I guess.
how they're taking advantage of that situation too. And they can make a house that got 7 bedrooms in it and
Real.
charge people $70 a week each head. That's a
Man, I can't
$5,000
get more than
property a
60
month right
frames.
there.
Come
You
on.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
It's a lucrative thing that some people are trying to help, but some people really just want that money, bro.
Stacking up, but I
That's
don't see
real.
shit. Let 'em drive the boat, they try to ride the wave, got seasick. Mafia up in this bitch, my back will weigh in 3
Hold on, Chad, I can't lie. His music kind of, it's kind of hidden. I can't lie. I think his name is T. Hold on.
It's 2 a.m., dark tent, backing out, can't see shit.
See, look, I don't have a problem with white guys that grew up in the hood and make music like they're from the hood. I have a problem with the white boys like Lil Mabu, who literally went to a private school and his dad is like some executive and owns like multi-millions of property, and then made a song about I went to the hood to make it out, and talking about all this like crazy gang banging street shit, and it's like that's an aesthetic for him. That's not even his backstory, you know. Like I feel like the point of rap is to express yourself in your story. It was meant to be a form of expression for people who are living in the struggle. So it's like if you don't come from the struggle and then you're making like it's not even like you're making rap that's like true to your experience. You're over here like co-opting somebody else's story just to sell music or to get clout. That's strange to me. I don't care what fucking culture it is. It's very strange to do that. And I feel the same way about the black rappers too. Like if you grew up in fucking, I don't know, Norcross, Georgia, you don't need to be making those songs about being in the street. No cap.
Nope.
No. Why? Because you're making it an aesthetic. You're making it it's like it's a prop. People who are from those areas, you know, some of them do start to take pride in it, but shit, that's damn near a way of like coping with the fucking trauma you have from being in that environment and that being all you know. So I think it's one thing to like create art to shit maybe help you get out of where you're going or just to express yourself versus hopping on that shit just because you feel like, oh, that's what people want to hear. Or even the ones, yeah, I got a problem with a lot of people. Even the ones who are from those areas and they get to a different point in life, but they're still making that type of music because they're like, oh, people want to hear that. But it's like, that's not you. If that's not you, why are you putting your music? I think it's very weird. Because the whole point of art is to express yourself, and if you're expressing something that's not you, what are you doing? That's just, I will be a gatekeeper of hip hop. I'm gonna be that old lady yelling at the cloud. I will be that person, because somebody has to actually preserve the fucking culture. If everything slides, if everything's just okay, then there's not gonna be any culture left. There's not gonna be a fucking real genre left. Like, I also don't like people who don't write their own music and claim that they're a rapper. That literally makes no sense. How is it rhythm and poetry with no poetry? If somebody else is writing your poem, that's like going to a fucking poetry slam and somebody wrote your shit and you just performed it. What's the point? Like, so I just take it very personal, because I feel like the genre of hip hop has been commodified to the point where it's really watering down what the actual meaning of it is, or what the origin of it is. Everything isn't gonna stay like how it first started. That's not what I'm saying. Hip hop has evolved, rap has evolved. It's always gonna like turn into something else and have the little waves and the different movements and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But the way that it is now is like, it's like people are almost making a mockery out of it. Like, some people are literally just doing it for a come up. Like Cardi B, she literally does not write her lyrics, but like, she's getting put in rap categories for award ceremonies. How does that work?
Shit. Sorry, Ciara, I was muted.
Oh, you're good. But yeah, like, Cardi B doesn't even write her own lyrics. Of course Nicki Minaj is mad because people are like, oh, Cardi's better, but you're comparing her to somebody that doesn't even write. That's so disrespectful. Like, one person is actually an artist, the other is an entertainer. But now we're just letting anybody say that they're a fucking rapper now, right? Just anybody's rapper. That's
I think that,
a shame.
especially when it comes to rap, like, for me, if I'm going to respect you as an artist, you got to write your own shit. You don't have to make your own beats, but like, your rhymes, if they're not yours, then I don't really want to listen to. You know what I mean?
Facts, because it's like, we're listening to somebody else. That's why the whole Drake doesn't write his own rhymes thing was such a big deal back in the day, because people are like, well, why would we respect you if you have a ghostwriter? Like, this is not pop or even R&B. Like, R&B people get writers all the time, but no one's expecting every singer to be a writer. But we are expecting a rapper to be a writer, because that's literally like 90% of it, literally.
Yeah.
Back with weighing 3-6, 2 a.m. dark tent, backing out, can't see shit.
Dude, I cannot get this game to run good.
Which one is it?
We were fucked up, but
Dark Side.
3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 houses
Alright, let's
just
do
on
this.
this street. We
You
broke into
your
it.
Let's
neighbor's
do
home?
this.
A lot of them were abandoned at the time.
So did you ever get caught stealing?
Yeah, I actually got caught breaking into this house right here and went to jail.
The only other thing I can think of is to play it on my 1080p monitor instead of my
Yeah,
1440p.
this was
monitor,
like
but,
2000
I don't
and-
wanna do
Oh
that.
yeah, it's probably trying to what is it gonna do that little adjustment thing like with the resolution?
No, so your resolution it determines how hard your GPU's got to work. The higher it is, the harder it's got to work. So if I put it on a lower resolution, run better, it'll look less good.
Right.
Where is?
I had the all camo Bape hoodie. It was the one Lil Wayne used to wear. But I remember I hung it up on the fence and it was snowing outside. So they found my trail from my footprint. They found my trail back to my house from hopping the fences. Found my Bape hoodie on the fence. The police came in and dragged me out in the snow.
What was your punishment?
I think I was
Oh my
lying on my Bape hoodie on the
god,
fence.
look at him as
The
a
police
kid. He looked like a bad kid. He just looked like
Came in and dragged me out in the snow.
this guy that he's interviewing. This
Oh yeah, I just saw him.
What was
Yeah,
your
he
punishment?
looks like a trouble.
I think I was locked up for like a month and then I got out on house arrest. I
How old
think.
were you?
13, 14.
13, 14.
Live from
Sheesh.
the trenches, need a trophy in this bitch, I'm trying to ball out.
Where are we walking into right now?
It's brand new in the making tattoo shop. My brother.
Oh, nice.
I woke up in this bitch with confidence. That's just how I'm rocking. Know they probably say I'm fake, but something tell me they still watch. I've been going up, and all this shit came out of pocket.
Does anyone say like, oh, you're white, you're not hood enough? Or like, do you ever get that kind of pushback?
Man, my comments on social media are crazy.
What do people say?
Look, you want to just go through, just read a couple of them?
Yeah.
Right. This man has an ankle monitor for beating up his mom, for not taking him to the
I'm
dispensary.
dead. It's funny.
I'd rather listen to country music and let Mike Tyson bite both my ears off.
Oh, wow.
Can we talk about how f***ed up his haircut is? Let the man be great. Damn, social media need to change its name to talk at a safe distance.
Do you feel like if you were black, you wouldn't be getting those comments?
Slightly. I say things in my music that are probably within the black culture more so of white people saying it, but like, to be honest, I don't give a f***. You know what I mean? I am who I am. I'm not trying to be somebody else. It just might be the image, the blonde hair too. I got blonde hair and I got blue eyes and shit, so, but you know, come in real life. We'll see you in real life.
It's that one video. They're like, damn, dude always got the strap on him.
Would you consider yourself hood?
Yeah.
So the gang I was in was CWB, Cincinnati White Boys, right? It's only in
CWB, Cincinnati White Boys, bro. Why does that sound like a white supremacist group? Chat, he said the gang he was in is called CWB, Cincinnati White Boys. I said that sounds like a white supremacist group.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Yourself hood.
Yeah.
So the gang
Nah, chat, tell me these mugshots don't look like some white supremacists, bro. No cap, I can't even, like, it's the tattoos that's making me think it. What's good, Mike? How you doing, fam? Welcome on in. How you been?
Cincinnati White Boys, right? It's only in the Ohio, really, prison system. What's crazy is, like, some of my closest people that was, like, gang members were black, though, like.
When you're in prison, cities stick with cities, no matter color.
But that's what this is, this 323-2 is, which I don't gang bang. It's a prison thing, really, man, is what it is, so.
Should I get a CWB tattoo?
No. Bro, I'll get a matching tat with you, bro. What's up?
A smiley face?
I swear to God, I will.
I'm ready to be certified in these Cincinnati streets.
Oh, nah. Tommy G got it.
All right, partner.
But I know one thing, I'm a star. They gon' try and write you off and leave you in the dark. I done took 1,000 losses, still I'm going hard.
We're starting a gang.
Smiley
We're
face
starting a
gang.
game. Okay. Nah, Cincinnati was actually cool. I went there.
You got our consent. It's my birthday. You know what the f going on. Big flag on this shit here.
That was the first time I feel like we've been checkpointed in a city. What just happened? Can we get checked a little bit?
Nah, boys. My name Polo.
Nice to meet you, Polo.
Nice to meet you too.
What's some Cincinnati lingo?
Icy white on baby,
Icy
shit
white?
like that. Yeah, it can mean anything for real. Like if I fought you in one, like I just icy white is your ass. Like. Hold on, B Naked said that somebody hit him with a bike. This one hit me with a bike. Now you got hit with a bike.
What happened to you, man?
Hit me with a bike.
Like
You don't want
a
to
motorbike or a pedal bike?
Pedal bike. These completely two different owners, bro.
Bro, your shit small with a
Y'all can explain shit to me. I mean, what's up?
I would be mad if I were you.
If I don't remember, explain. You go crazy on everybody. Hold on.
How would you guys describe Cincinnati to someone that's never been here?
Energetic on the weekends. And it's some different shit in area hood.
This hood right now.
State Avenue, 2100.
Look at that.
So you just turned 25. What are your reflections
Do you?
on life so far?
Yeah, I'm back.
Honestly, I just lived day by day. Went to school, went to college, dropped out of college, started doing dumb shit, my life up, got back in motion.
There's always gonna be hurdles, right? But you always have a chance to. Where did things go wrong?
My firstborn son was born.
Tell me there's another one of those.
I had lost him after I graduated high school, and that's where I really just forget school and stuff for real. He was 3 years old when he passed.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Oh, goddamn.
How long did it take to get hair like that?
About 7 years.
That's dedication.
Started him
Oh, he got the dreads. Oh God.
So tell me your story a little bit.
Me and TE, we do a lot of the music shit together, man. We did a lot of the video shit. Like, we just, as soon as we got together, we just started, you know, really collaborating, really working.
If Maddie was here, he would ask, "Oh, do black people own dreads?" You know, that's what he would ask, because he was trying to bring up the whole braids in the cultural appropriation conversation. I wasn't taking the bait. I don't get baited into conversations, chat. Never that. Never could get baited. But me and Maddie had a good conversation. But like, I just personally feel like there's way more important things we could talk about than fucking cultural appropriation. I feel like it's really mostly pointless dialogue. I think sometimes like there's definitely valid complaints in there, but I think overall it's one of the most pointless debates you could get in, talking about cultural appropriation with someone that doesn't really think it's a thing. Because it's like, if you don't think it's a thing, you're not gonna think it's a thing. There's nothing I could say to make someone understand, nor would I want to. I don't it's not my job as a black person to educate white people on shit that I understand in my experience as a black person. Like, that's not my fucking job. But if I have something that I want to talk about, I will. Because it's like, if we're gonna be in community with each other, we gotta be able to understand each other's experience more. But debating little hot button topics like that and a couple other things aren't very interesting to me, because, you know, a lot of times with the white people I've talked to or like seen online, they want to like bait you into a conversation about something that they already have like an argument prepared for, to make their point about why they feel like your experience or what you think is invalid. And personally, I'm not setting myself up to get my experience invalidated. Like, I don't need anyone to validate like things that I already understand. It's like, either you get it or you don't, and if you want to understand, we can talk about it. If you don't want to understand, you're not about to get me to waste my time and my energy trying to get you to see something that is already understood among people that understand and relate. Honey lemon pepper wings. Ooh, bestie, okay. Honey lemon pepper, wait a minute, don't you like not like lemon pepper? What's good, Daniel? How you doing, fam? Long time no see. How you been?
Real hard. I went to prison at 18. As soon as I got out, man, I just grinded. That's it.
What took you away?
A shooting case.
So what'd you learn from your time in going to prison?
Don't play with this shit, man. Just don't play with life. You got one opportunity. You got to continue to do everything you're supposed to do, and then...
Do most people mentally break at some point?
Yeah, hell yeah. Especially, like, you know, America's one of the few places that still use solitary confinement. That's where a lot of people end up breaking.
The honey can help? He said the honey can help what? Making me mad. The Exorcist commercials. Oh God. Daniel said I'm doing good. How about you? What you talking about with the movies? Demons in church. I honestly just feel like they keep reproducing the same type of movies over and over again. Like, yo, Wimmy. Yo, you're out of here already?
Maybe a little later. I'm like, I don't know how to play. I'm a little butthurt that Dark Tide isn't running right. I want to see if I could run it better without streaming, or
okay.
if the game is just shitly optimized, you know.
Yeah, got you. Chat, make sure you guys go drop Wimmy a follow. W streamer W Wimmy. He's in the chat right now. Angelica, how are you? Like Jordan Peele made thrillers in real life scary. Yeah. I could see that. Lemon pepper seasoning plus honey. Yo, Jelly with the 30,000 biddies. Thank you so much, Jelly. How are you? How was your day? Yo, relax. Okay, we got it. She's going crazy in the chat. Make sure you guys tap in with Jelly. She's awesome. W streamer. It's always amazing getting to see you. She's super funny. Today she was teaching the chat about how to take care of their poom poom, as some people say. But yeah, she was giving the girlie some tips. She said, y'all better stop using them douches. You get the booty oil? No, I didn't get the booty oil. And she said, don't put the booty oil on your cooch. I thought that was a given. I thought that was a given, but Jelly was making sure y'all understood. Period, girl. Let's get someone tabbed up. Yeah, we're watching this video with like Ohio white boys right now.
that.
I ain't never
I appreciate you, Jelly. You got any plans for the weekend?
done a whole lot of time in the whole, you know, TE's done a significant amount of time, 23 and 1. 23 hours lockdown, 1 hour out.
That was the worst year of my life.
23 hours lockdown, 1 hour out. Like, geez Louise, like, prison is just a horrible concept. It's such a horrible concept. Like, the current way it is, Jesus Christ, bro. 23 hours locked in a cell, 1 hour outside the cell. Like, that's just...
I was only in 23 and 1 for a year, but it was
He was in there for a year. Like, what does that do to your brain? That has to fuck you up some type of way.
Oh yeah.
Like, jeez.
A whole year?
Yeah, but it was
A
like 24
year.
most of the time because
What'd
they
you
wouldn't.
do
Why do you
for
think
that?
prisoners have such a hard time reintegrating with society?
Yeah, like,
Because
it's
they get
no...
treated like fucking animals.
They're basically slaves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, pretty much. And then, like, they're doing this labor for other companies too. Like, they'll have these people from jail creating like products and shit for companies and doing free
Yeah.
labor and shit. It's kind of crazy, honestly. And when you think
It
about
is
it,
crazy.
people act like it's like mostly rapists and murderers and stuff in jail. Like, it's a lot of people in between, in that in between area where it's like they're actually not harming other people. Because first of all, most people who commit sexual crimes don't get convicted or put in jail. So that's number one. But number two is like you got a lot of people in there simply off of drugs. Like,
Oh yeah,
drugs
most of it's
alone.
drugs. Most of it's drugs and assault.
Yeah, the drugs is like, and then if someone's assaulting them, like, why would we think
And most
putting
of
those
the-
people in there works?
Most of the assaults are not like random acts of violence. It's usually drug related
Mhm.
assaults. You know, like somebody tries to rob somebody or whatever.
Shit is crazy, bro. It makes no sense. And then it's like we're surprised when they get back in society and like don't know what the fuck to do, and then
Right, and
usually
end up
they
going
get-
right back to jail.
Yep, I forgot what the rate is, but it's a pretty freaking high rate of like if you go to jail once, you're probably gonna go to jail again like shortly
Yep.
after. It's like, well, shit. And it's crazy. Like, people really think, oh, this person's gonna go to jail and they're gonna be better. Like, what do y'all think is happening like in jail for people to like become better?
There is no rehabilitation. It's just punishment. And like I agree. I think that, some people need to be punished. I think there's much better ways to punish people than locking them in a cage. There's a lot better ways to punish people than just locking them in a cage.
And then, dehumanizing them, like, to
Right. To the point where, yeah.
It's like people literally have medical issues, can't get assistance, people dying in there.
Okay, Johnny shoots fucking dope in the alleyway. Johnny's in jail because he's dope in the alleyway. Is Johnny a fucking threat to anybody? Get the guy some fucking help. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sending him to jail is really gonna make him stop being addicted. Like,
right.
Okay.
Right. And I think jail should be reserved for people that are a threat to society.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? If you get caught with fucking pot or selling weed, you're not a threat to society in my eyes. I mean, some people would argue like, "Oh, the kids and what about all this?" Like give the guy a reason to not sell drugs, because most people who sell drugs don't have a reason not to. That's how
Right.
they make money.
Right, exactly.
And it's not easy money. People who say it's easy money never sold drugs
What's
before.
good, Marnard K? How you doing, fam? Yo, I agree. It's funny because
Not that I've ever sold drugs, but I've known
just
people who did,
Yeah, like in theory. It's interesting because the things we're talking about make perfect sense, right? But there's been so much programming for people up to this point to criminalize and demonize people with issues, and we have made industries off of putting people in jail cells. Like, it's just too we're in too deep for people. It's like, even though the research has kind of caught up to where we're at, the system has not, and it's probably not going to, as long as it's still set up the way it is, because
Eh.
they need people to be in a position to where they have to sell drugs in order to get more people in the jail.
Yeah. And the fact that it's all like that, most jails are privately for profit. Like, okay, how do you
Mm-hmm.
make profit off of people's explicit suffering?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand how a jail could be a profitable venture unless you're using everybody as fucking slaves.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the only way you're making profit off of locking people up, is putting them to work.
Have you ever heard that statistic that was like, it's something along the lines of they calculate how many jail beds they're gonna make based off education like numbers or something like that.
Okay.
But like that's when we always heard growing up, they try to like scare us in school by telling us like they're making a jail bed for you right now if you're failing your classes. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
it's
That is crazy.
directly
Imagine
tied to it.
trying to tell kids they're gonna go get locked up in a cage because they can't pass a class. Like, that's mentally,
Yeah.
that's good for their development.
Yeah, it's like they're like, they're counting on you guys to not do well. If y'all don't do well, y'all know this is the result. And like the school to prison pipeline is very strong, very strong. And
Oh yeah.
that's nasty work. Like the it's crazy because like if anything, young people are the main ones who should be given some type of leniency in real rehab, because they are the most affected by their environment. But it's like, nah, if we can make money off of this, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna run it up.
Oh man, we can't put kids in jail. Wait a second, let's make a kids jail. Like,
So
come
horrible.
on, bro. Come up with a better fucking idea.
It's horrible. And just hate to see it. And I think it's interesting because it does, Black people, men in particular, are disproportionately affected, as well as Latinos. But like at the end of the day, like the amount of people in jail is everybody. It is mostly white people by number. It's more proportional. Yeah, it's mostly, it's about like, if I'm not mistaken, it's
There's
like
more white people in jail than minorities. I didn't know that.
it's pretty much even with all the minorities combined.
Okay, but ratio wise,
Yeah,
like,
the ratio is
it's
still
fucked.
disproportionate on one side.
Because if
versus
there's
other.
an equal amount of white people as black people, but there's a lot more white people in this country than
Right.
there are black people, there's a problem.
Exactly. And
it doesn't come down to black people just are more felonious. Like, that's not
Yeah.
true.
For one, there's more police presence in poor areas. Poor. That's the main thing. The area has to be poor. And there's a lot of poor white people. So I was saying this to Maddie the other night. It's easy to like racialize it because it works in favor of the system to racialize it. But it's like at the same time, as Black people, in order to have people understand our experience, we have to bring up the race. But then it works against us because it causes certain people to tune out because they're like, oh, that doesn't affect me. But it's like, no, like if you're white, it does affect you like a lot still, just because it's disproportionate with Black people.
Bringing up history gets white people very uncomfortable. Like, they don't want to listen to it,
Oh no.
No.
Like
if you bring up slavery, half the white people in the room throw their hands up and tune out.
Yep.
Well, I didn't do that.
Yep.
No, you didn't. You're right. You didn't do that. But it happened, and might not necessarily, like, something needs to be done about it. Or, I mean, I don't know. Like,
or we have to understand how it's not an individual. It's not a individual, you're racist thing. Like,
right.
It's a systemic thing.
But as a society, we need to heal, right? And to not give it any time, or to say, oh, well, that's the race card. Like,
yeah, that's how it is. Nah, that's how it is, bro.
Like if white people were enslaved, bro, we'd never hear the fucking end of it.
Oh no, it would be a memorial every day
Well,
for
look
that
at the
shit.
Holocaust. That's pretty much, look at the Holocaust.
Nah, Jewish people
Like,
don't play about that shit.
but not just Jewish people, because there was more than just Jews in there. There was gypsies, there was homosexuals, there was any political enemies were in there. Like,
Right.
um, people don't play about that shit. If somebody, if somebody said that reparations needed to be paid to all the people that were in concentration camps, I don't think anybody would get that upset.
No, absolutely, absolutely
But you
not.
say the same thing. You say the same thing about slaves, and all of a sudden everybody's up in arms.
It's all
I don't
these
think reparations are
caveats.
the answer, but like the
I don't
fact
think so
that
either.
nobody wants to even give it the time of day is just, I don't know. It's all weird.
Yeah, I don't think it's the answer either. I don't know what the answer is, because there's nothing you
neither.
could do to like account for generations being kind of locked out of opportunities.
Yeah.
And to me, this is the example I always bring up. I'm always going to bring up the housing thing, because that's the single biggest source of like wealth for people. So
Oh yeah.
if we can explain how, like, I think this is a good example for people to understand, because you can't deny this. And I feel like a lot of things, there's like this separation that people can kind of have, where it's like, oh, it happened all those years ago, so how could that affect this? But I can explain to you how the Federal Housing Association, working with private contractors to subsidize white families' houses, how that has an impact to today. Because if your great 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 grandma had an opportunity to buy a house for $10,000 or less because it was subsidized by the government, and then the caveat, the stipulation for those houses being subsidized for white people was that black people could not be in those neighborhoods. That was the government's, the FHA, the Federal Housing Association stipulation on that happening. So if we take something like that, I think people can understand, okay, yeah, if I was blocked out of being able to buy a house based off of my skin color 100 years ago, what would it have been like if my grandma didn't have a house to pass down to my mom, or
Right.
great grandma didn't pass the house down to grandma, and then it get passed down to us, and then potential business opportunities. You could have taken out equity on your house to start a business, or
Well,
you
I
could
could
have
already
gotten
see the
another
argument.
house.
I can already see the argument too that people are gonna say like, oh well, you don't live in that house anymore. No, but that wealth is in your family, and you probably sold the house, which
Yeah.
means like once it's in your family, the wealth stays in your family unless somebody pisses it away.
Right, of course, which there's always going to be those, but exactly, it's like, unless the only way that you're going to be able to somehow get over that hump of not being able to build the wealth is if one person pops off in your family. And that's basically why a lot of white people feel like there's no more racism, because they'll see these big successful black capitalists essentially, and they're like, oh, see, look, racism is over. Obama was president, and Jay-Z's
Yeah,
a billionaire,
all done.
and and Beyonce, hey, like, equality.
done.
All you gotta do is work hard. And it's like, it's easy to say fucking work hard if you literally, if that's, you didn't have to like focus on survival for multiple generations, or for like the entire lineage of your family. Like, it's different if like somebody had it back in the day, and then one person fucked it up and then fucked y'all up for their future. But like, you might have still had an opportunity to start somewhere or do something.
Yeah.
And maybe one person fucked it up for everybody. But that's different than literally like not even getting a chance to buy a house.
Getting the opportunity,
Yeah.
right?
You can't even get a fucking house. If the few people that did have the means couldn't even get one. And that's just kind of crazy to me. Or like, people would have it in
Well,
their
like-
deeds that black people or Latino people can't buy this house.
Yeah, I don't claim to know what it's like, because I definitely don't, but I can relate, considering that I don't really have a family. I have nothing to look forward to. I'm not getting anything. I'm not going to be given anything. I don't have a house to look forward to. Nothing. And if it wasn't for, my girlfriend right now, I'd probably be under a fucking bridge. So like, I get what it's like to be poor, and it's expensive. I spend a lot
Yes.
of money. I spend a lot of money, um, like overdraft fees,
Mm-hmm.
all the penalties for being late on things.
Yep.
Um,
Health.
food sucks. Food sucks. Health, what is that?
It's the
I don't even
biggest
go to the
thing.
doctor because I don't have fucking insurance. Like,
Yep. Yep. That's what
my
it's like
health
most of my
insurance
life.
is don't get hurt, don't get sick. That's my health insurance.
Yep. Or like, you're sick. Well, you're not sick enough, so we can't afford it.
So I'm a white dude, right? Like, I got it pretty easy. If I go out and look for a job, I could definitely land like a shit job, no problem, without a shadow of a doubt. I could probably land something a little better too, if I really put the footwork in. Um, if let's say I was living the way I'm living right now with the amount of income I'm making, but in the projects, I'd be fucked. That would be the end of it. Like, I would never leave. I would be working. It would be a vicious cycle, you know?
I mean, they say like, usually if you're born into a certain class, you'll die in that class. And I think I saw something that said people who do, like black people that do make it out of their socioeconomic class usually return back to that within 2 generations.
Wow.
That's crazy. I was like, wow.
That is crazy. Well, that just goes to show you that it's systemic.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Like,
because how are you going to sustain the wealth if you've never had
as
wealth?
a family, right? And as a family, you're not going to get ahead. Then you see what the system does. It knocks you right back down.
The other thing that's kind of underrated about, like, if you are that black person that ends up making money, I've heard some people coin it as like the black tax. So that's essentially like you having to help everybody around you because everybody's broke. Like, so they know, oh, you're making like 60K. It really does not have to be that much. 40K a year,
yeah,
plus 100K. You're having to help your family. Everyone's coming to you for an emergency. Oh, someone got locked up. We need your help for the bill. Somebody got sick. We need your help for paying this in the hospital. We need groceries. Like for me, my mom was fucking broke. So my sister was helping pay for little things like, oh, there's a trip at school and my mom doesn't have $500 to pay for this. My sister paid for it. Where my mom can't afford to really give me any gifts, so my sister gets me iPad. She got her kids an iPad the year before. Like stuff like that. Like just literally trying to bring people up so they don't experience nothing. Cause like for her, it was nothing. Like those opportunities were just not a thing. She had to work, take care of her kid. But when she was younger, she didn't even have the opportunity to get that because of how broke my mom was. And she just didn't want me to have the bare minimum stuff, right? Because it's like you get told, oh, be happy you got a roof over your head, clothes, whatever.
Yeah.
But like you're still a kid and want to experience life. So like that took money away from her and her family for her to try to pour into me. It's like that's really not her responsibility, but she understands what it's like. So like imagine you got to do that times like, I don't know, 10 or 20 people in your family or more throughout your lifetime. That's even less money you get to keep for yourself.
See, and I have the exact opposite problem where my parents, they thought that love was money. And if they bought me things, they loved me. If they sent me to piano lessons or to camp over the summer or get me a new piano or a new video game console, that was how they loved me, And it didn't work.
Yeah.
But then also like, and I'm sure this happens a lot in the poorer communities, but this happened to me and I'm kind of like middle class. They hang everything over your head. Well, I paid for this. Well, yes. I sent you here. I got you this. You know what I mean? So now you have to do this for me and you should do that for me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was like that, but with like necessities. Like that's kind of the dynamic.
That's even scarier.
Yeah, that's the dynamic with everyone, with all the adults, because everyone's so in survival, right? So it's like, I sacrifice this for you. I sacrifice this. I have to pay this myself. So you better do this. So yeah, it definitely is not a very good dynamic to be raised under, because it's not, looking outside of myself, it's not the parents' fault necessarily for it playing out that way, because that is their reality, right? But like that shouldn't be what's communicated to the child.
The guilt tripping. And yeah, if you ever try to make a kid feel bad about money, I don't think you're a very good person.
I don't think so either.
Like, you're a kid under the age of 16 should never have to think about money. Like, and I know that that's not the case for a lot of people, like especially poor families, but like, don't ever make a kid feel bad because you know, because of money. Like, I think that's a dick move.
Oh, it is. It's...
Now, being real with your kid and saying, well, we can't buy that because we need this money to buy food, you know, that's different.
Yeah, but it definitely was the more extreme first version of it, where it's like, you better appreciate having this and this and this, and it's like, it's an element to truth to it, right? There is an element of truth to it, but it's like, ideally that should not be what the child is being made to think about, because it kind of fucks up your brain, and it fucks up your sense of self-worth, and it's too many negatives for me to say like it makes sense to say that to your kids, because truthfully, you know, I can easily say, oh, you need a therapist, whatever. No, therapy is not realistic if you don't have money, but you need to find other people and be in community with other people where you can talk about that stuff, but not to your kids. Like, you need to have a friend.
It's crazy how accessible all that is. Like, you know what, to me, like, I sit around and piss and moan about the mental health industry all day long. Once you get me going, I'll never shut up. But I've just realized that all of the things that I'm looking for from a therapist, I could find elsewhere on the internet for free.
Yeah, I'm lucky for that these days.
Looking for somebody to talk to, looking for, you know, like, there's communities that are literally, like, the one I'm in is straight up a mental health community. But it's not all we talk about. Like, we get on and joke with each other and have fun, but like, we also say, hey, how you doing today? I know you've been having a hard time, you know? That's out there. All you gotta do is find it, and it's free.
Yeah, I feel like back in the day, like, it should have been more like having a friend group, or like finding groups of other parents or something to vent, but like, not to your kids. Like, your kids don't need to be your therapist, and it shouldn't be the target of your frustration. Like, it's not fair.
My mom used to do that to me too. She used to tell me, like, when I was fucking like 15 years old or 14, like, oh, you're my rock.
Oh,
bro,
no.
I'm not supposed to be fucking anybody's rock. I'm fucking a kid.
13, bro. It's crazy.
You're my rock. Get a different Louise. Rock. Get a better rock.
Yeah,
if you're using your kid as your emotional rock, like, you're not doing good.
Bro, I felt that too, because like I told you the other week, you know, my mom was like, oh, you don't ask me how my day was. I'm like, dude, I literally did that my whole fucking life, and I shouldn't have been doing that. So yes, I'm making the choice now to save myself mentally, because I can't afford to worry about your mental and things going on in your life and mine. So yes, I made that choice to go this route, and if I have a question, I will ask, but I don't have anything to ask, because you need other people to go to for that. And I'm like, dude, you're literally like making the choice to not get a therapist at this point, right? So like, that's not my problem, and it shouldn't have been my problem when I was younger. And
inaction is,
now you need to get
is an action.
Exactly. Like, I'm like, you're making that choice. I have a therapist. I've been talking to my therapist for 2 years at this point. So it's not easy. And it's like, people don't want to actually get in there and do the work, because the work is scary, because you really got to unpack some shit. And, you know, people, it's weird because they'll be on like this high horse about it. Like, oh, I don't need therapy. No. You might not need therapy, but you need something. You need something, okay?
No,
but whatever is not working.
If you don't think you need therapy, or, you know, even not therapy, but if you don't think you need to improve, then you I don't even want to associate with you. Like,
yep,
everybody's got room for improvement. If you think if you've arrived and you're the best version of yourself, and you're probably a narcissist.
Yes. Yes, literally. That is my reality. That's what I deal with. And
I don't fault anybody for saying they don't want to change. Like, okay, you don't want to change, that's your own prerogative, but that does shine a little light onto your personality. I'm not saying you are a narcissist for sure, but it definitely checks off a box.
it gives the vibes.
It checks off a box for sure.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it is. It's like, if I had to make a choice, I wouldn't be in community with a lot of the people that are in my family, and that's why I haven't talked to them as much. And some people don't understand that, and I'm like, well, maybe you guys do a little work, figure out boundaries, then you probably will understand why someone's not subjecting themselves to people that literally feel like there's nothing wrong with what they do. I don't.
Yeah.
That, like, you have to be around people that challenge you.
Well, a lot of it is validation. Like, I want to feel validated in the fact that, like, with people that are like that, like, I'll use my parents as an example. The amount of healing that would take place if all they did was acknowledge that shit actually took place. Don't even say you're sorry. Stop fucking denying it. Just say, oh yeah, that happened. I remember that. Bro, that would fucking blow me away. Because my entire life, I've been gaslit into believing that none of it actually happened. Which is not true. Or it wasn't that bad, right?
Yeah.
Could have been worse. Yeah, it could have.
I love that one.
But it still sucked. Oh my god, that video you sent me, the Full House intro, that shit had me dying.
Oh, which one? Oh, the one with the guy, the short?
Yeah, the Full House intro where it was all the toxic family members. Oh my god. And I identified so heavy with that because there was not a single phrase in there that I haven't heard before.
Bro, I like watching his shorts sometimes. Every now and then he'll give you one like that. And I'm just
I was checking out his channel.
He has some good
like
videos.
Seems like an intelligent dude.
I've watched a lot of his videos. I kind of discovered him like earlier this year, last year. So like him and Dr. K, watch both of them.
He looks almost exactly like my old therapist.
Oh wow.
I think that's why I like him. Like, I feel like I owe him, you know?
Oh, the last one you said you liked?
It puts me in, the white guy, the short, looks like my therapist. And I don't know, there is like a mental shift that takes place when I would see my therapist. So I feel like when I watch his videos, it's the same thing. Like, my brain is in a different place, you know?
Yeah. I really like, I'm glad you checked it out, because he's a really good resource. And I love his community posts. Like, if you use your phone and scroll or go to his page and go to the community tab, you might enjoy reading a lot of those posts he makes on there. Like, he makes one every day, and there's like a take-home message in the picture, and then he kind of gives like a little short talk through of certain things that like we all process as people with childhood trauma. And the comment section too, I love the comments, because just seeing everybody else get their experience definitely helps somewhat.
So I was at a medium camp for 2 years, and then I got sent to
that was a really good video.
You got that for a fight.
Yeah, it's like bars, so you can hear people talking.
But not like this for a whole year.
You wouldn't have no facial
I hope
contact.
your kids turn on you
Tell
one
the
day.
people where we're at right now.
What'd you say?
So
oh yeah.
I said, I hope your kids turn on you one day, then you'll see.
Yeah.
So good. You know how many times that shit got said to me? Oh my god. Wait until you have kids. Wait until you have kids.
Oh, see, have you gotten the you're gonna have years taken off your life for being a certain way towards your parents? I got that one.
No.
I got that
no,
one.
I never got that. What I was threatened with was physical violence by another person. Like, we used to go out. I remember being like 5 or 6, and we used to go to this restaurant called Charlie Brown's. Okay? I don't know if you ever heard of Charlie Brown's. They're pretty defunct now. I think there's a couple around, but they're pretty on the outs. It's a steakhouse. And inside there was this like creepy picture of a clown. And I remember my parents telling me that if I didn't behave, that the clown was gonna come out and beat my ass.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? And they thought it was funny. Like, that's funny. Oh, haha. Like, here I am thinking a clown is gonna come whoop my ass if I don't behave.
What the hell?
I'm fucking
That's
like
crazy.
6 years old. Like,
That's insane,
that's
bro.
yeah. It's a little traumatizing. The fact that I remember it means something, right?
Yeah, that's fucking nuts to tell a kid that obviously would be scared. Like,
We got pre-yelled at too. Like, before you
yelled
did
at?
anything, yeah,
Oh yeah,
before you did something
yeah,
wrong, you got yelled. If you
yeah.
act up in there, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass. Like,
Yeah, it's
what?
like, what the fuck? I literally didn't even do anything yet, and I'm already getting yelled at. Yep. Oh man, that one happened all the time.
That was a good one. Yeah, that.
Nah, that
And with
shit's
the
crazy.
and with the physical too, though. The physical was there. Like, my mother would like grab me by the arm and like pull me real close and squeeze the shit out of me and say that stuff. You know, there was
Yeah.
always a level of physical involved. Even if it wasn't directly getting punched in the face, there was always something.
Yeah, bro. I can understand that. I don't know. I feel like I got lucky being on the back end of when my mom had kids, because she was like even worse, like
With the
my
older
sisters.
ones?
Yeah, and I think that's why there's a little bit of like, I won't say they have animosity, but at least my oldest sister, who got the worst of it, she definitely doesn't take what I went through as serious, because I didn't get the worst end of the physical violence.
Yeah.
Which I told her, like, I understand that perspective. Like, I could see why you would feel that way. Like, that's valid. But I think that's even more reason why we should focus on what both of us had to experience to some extent, rather than
I don't
invalidating each
understand.
other.
I don't understand why, if somebody went through something worse than you, similar but worse, that makes your entire experience invalid. Like, just because it wasn't as bad doesn't mean it wasn't bad. You
Yeah,
know
I'm
what
like,
I
why
mean?
can't we agree it sucks, period?
Like, okay, let me ask you a question. If you had a big old piece of moldy bread, would you eat it?
Nah.
Okay, now what if half the bread was moldy? Would you eat it?
Still not eating it, bro.
Right. So one's worse than the other, but I don't want to fucking bite.
Right. Exactly. That's a perfect example. What's good, Mustafa? How you doing, fam? Are we gonna watch one of our Y-Files videos tonight?
Yeah. Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Well, let me know when you want to watch it.
And this, I just want to let you know, I did keep track. We got here because of that doofy looking white kid saying that he looked like a troublemaker.
That's crazy. Nah, chat. For real. This is really what we do, chat. My day's been good, Mustafa. How has your day been? Bro, I feel like every time I look on here, there's an ad playing. What the hell? Chat, make sure y'all go drop with me a follow. Oh, I have to wait? What the hell? Crazy. Sometimes they make me wait, other times they don't make me wait.
That's weird.
Mustafa, it's so good to see you. Yo, are you available to play Fortnite this weekend? I mean, for all I know, we might play tonight. I don't know.
Shit.
Oh, you were on 7 hours ago? Oh, shit. Yeah, my sleep schedule is kind of, you know. I think I accidentally scheduled 2 of my appointments at the same time. Dang, chat. I'm gonna have to call them. So, you know what it was, chat? I was thinking that the one place, there was an old appointment that was 3 p.m. and I was thinking this one was, but it got rescheduled to 9:45. And I just scheduled the other one at 9 o'clock. So that's not gonna work.
You know what sucks? I had an appointment, a psych appointment on Monday that it got canceled and whatever scheduled. That was like right when my depression hit me in the fucking mouth, and I ended up forgetting that I had the appointment and sleeping through it like an idiot. And now I'm kicking myself in the ass.
Damn, bro. It's tough, bro.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like this is the part of it that I struggle with the most. Like the little small things, like calling, rescheduling. Like my brain
Yeah,
just
that's
focused
the
on other
hardest.
stuff.
It's the little things for me that's probably the hardest.
Yep. It's
The
like
little,
it
the
feels
little
so
maintenance
easy.
tasks.
It feels so easy, right? And I feel like that makes my brain tune out of it because it's like, oh, okay, I can do that. Like, you know, but I end up never doing it. So
Right.
it's like, I feel like, and then the times where I do shit right way, I feel like stuff goes wrong like this. Like, I accidentally scheduled them at the same time. And I'm like,
Yeah.
see, I'm like, oh yeah, I need the call to schedule, but I forgot that the appointment time got changed. I'm just like, bro, I feel like it's hard putting stuff together, but this is like the adulting things, like trying to figure out. Bumping always, what's good, man? Mustafa said your time zone is different. You're amazing, Mustafa. Are you gonna be available like tomorrow or Sunday at all? I could probably catch you during some like little time window if I get on earlier. But yeah, let me know when you want to watch one of the Wife House videos. Chat, if y'all haven't been here.
You're doing your reacts right now though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do it later.
I had a few little things. I had a few little tweets to show y'all. Chat, I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I didn't. I probably sleep soon because, oh yeah, of course, yeah, you need to go to sleep. Yo, what's good, Watchlet? We got a bunch of legends. Okay, so we are going to finish this video and I might be done for this side of it after. And then I'm gonna get to the tweets. Oh yeah, we gotta do the Reddit. Let me open
the Reddit will be fun. Yeah.
Chat, we have to do the Reddit. So chat, we're gonna do weekly segments for Reddit. We're gonna go through different Reddit threads, see random ass stuff. So let's see, how do I get, see, I'm still learning my way around Reddit, chat.
Just type in the URL bar after reddit.com, type in a /r/ and then no sleep, and it'll take you right there.
Okay. No sleep. Jeez. So this is the creepy stuff. Scary personal experiences. Oh my god, do they have an R alien? See, I don't know. R aliens going.
Oh, they have R everything.
Hold on, I want to save this.
If you could think of it, they have it.
Okay, so we got, let's see what's popular today, chat. You know what, chat? I'm gonna let y'all watch this video and then I'm gonna pick out some popular posts and then we'll go through it. I'm gonna save it.
State block, man.
How you doing today?
What is some Cincinnati lingo? I want to blend in a little bit. So I learned it's up. I saw a dude get icy whited.
You beating just mean winning.
What life is like growing up in this area?
It's rough, you know, it's life of survival, you know what I'm saying? We lost a lot of guys down here, you know, a block over on that corner. A lot of stuff just go on, happen.
Tell me about your fashion choices right now.
This shit don't be about nothing. I just do this shit.
I have a confession, okay? I've been to a lot of cities. I would say this is the highest percentage of sketchy whites I've seen in the area. What is your guys' advice for the youth? If they see all these music videos that they think they want to be in the streets, what would you tell people, young people watching those type of videos?
Be in the streets, but just add to the positivity.
Start a business, create some jobs, man, that's it.
Be a good person, bro, whatever you do. Be honest and be a good person.
Work hard for that shit, dream big and achieve that shit, regardless.
Is this a city that you can eat a hot dog in public, or do you have to like do it in the
video?
privacy of your own home?
If you're around us, the camera's coming out.
The one that you just had up with the beer glass.
Oh yeah, I was saving it.
I want to hear bars. If someone's got bars,
Ever stood next to your man's killing, gotta keep it cool. 4 murders in 4 nights like it gotta be the moon. Niggas screaming out 12 like it gotta be at noon. I used to tell them little kids that they gotta stay at school.
Ew.
They respond like, Flea, we broke and we gotta make a move. Cause our daddy's ain't around.
Fucking
And our mama's
weirdos.
food. And that written on the first, we don't have it, we gotta move. So when I wake up, I pray up, my knees hit the floor. I feel for for them little niggas. I was there once before. It was me when I was down. You weren't there when I was
Look
broke.
at
They
that.
bailed on me when I
Wow.
f***ed up. Wanted to be here for the glow. And I'm like, no, niggas popping perks now.
Oh,
This is
shit.
how we cope. Said you was the GOAT. Now that shit looking so. Nigga, my block got nightmares. You had to be right there when Vega took
This
the
is
bullet
my.
to the
I love
side
this
of the
server.
neck.
Or
You
this
can only
little.
catch a serve in the best.
Yeah,
Sad
that
on my
is
chest.
beautiful
I'm the
as
last
awesome.
little bird at the nest. I'm humble because I remember being a janitor at best. And before I owned the building, I was serving the guests. That's one thing for certain. I'm sure that you niggas working. Sure that
I
you
love
niggas
Reddit.
listening. Sure that you niggas
Watchlist said, today I'm actually feeling a lot better. I'm so glad to hear that, bro. I hope you continue to have, you know, a nice recovery. But dude, everyone out there, I know it's a lot of people who have been sick recently. I'm hoping you guys feel better. Make sure y'all take y'all vitamin D3 and zinc. Those are the 2 supplements. If y'all don't have any more supplements, take those 2, chat. Those 2 protect your immune system. If you want to see a video on it from a doctor, I got y'all, so y'all can watch it yourself.
Hey.
No, you're killing it, dude. Was a bullet?
Nah, that's surgery.
That's where you got hit at.
You got hit in the face with a bullet?
I came at my face.
What was that like?
I don't know.
Random day on the block, random night, man.
How old were you when that happened?
That shit, I was like 17 when that shit happened.
Damn.
I ain't really trying to talk to nobody. Used to be a demon, but today I'm feeling godly. Go ahead with your move, you know it can't stop me. Things in the way that I'm living. Remember them days I was casing that prison. They trades every day, yeah, you question existence. Diamonds on the way. And they know I'm independent, I ain't signing for the pay. If I'm really up in racks and I made it